It is time for the women's 100 metres, the final track event of the evening. And there's one good reason why they've left it to last, because in lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Ewa Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 metres. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou-Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Neta of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side, too, from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was really tight, Hannah. I don't think there was a lot in it. Let's have a look at the times. 10.83, 10.83, 10.84 for the first 3.
Well, Serena Cole, she ran so well, didn't she, in that 100 metres. She's going to lead the Jamaican squad off. We're going to have the Clayton sisters, Tina, 100-meter champion. We're going to have Tia, her sister. Then we're going to have Shericka Hill. She looks one of the hot favourites for the women's 100-meter hurdle titles. That one, of course, is going on tomorrow. Well, we can see from 8, Australia, Italy 7, United States 6, Colombia 5, Jamaica 4, Great Britain 3, Germany 2, Switzerland 1. Well, here we go. This is the women's 4x100 metre final. Look at Jamaica. They've started off well. Let's always look at those baton changes. Well, the Jamaican change is a good one. And America are going pretty well there in lane 6, but this is all about Jamaica. Well, Colombia, oh, they were struggling with that baton a little bit there. Well, it does look like it's Jamaica from the United States, Great Britain and Northern Ireland and Colombia, and a real battle there for the bronze medal. Well, all the batons, oh no, Great Britain, it all went wrong for them on the last change, but it is Jamaica, United States of America in second place, and Colombia, the home team. Well, the whole of the stage, yet another medal in this World Under-20 Championships.
It's a world record. We have a World Under-20 record broken by the Jamaicans, and virtually nothing went wrong. The 100-meter champion there, Clayton, she had to have a second look at that final baton change, but she still scooted up the home straight to take the gold medal. And when you consider the delays and everything else, what a performance that is. And Colombia, well, they are delighted because they have picked up the bronze medal. Another medal for Colombia at these championships. Two silvers in individual events, and now they have a bronze in the relays.
Well, when you see scenes like this, it's very hard not to smile. And we're just hearing that United States in second place. That was a national record for them. Oh my goodness, all the athletes who have come through that US system, who've been on those US teams. The same can be said for Jamaica. For these two squads to be the fastest in history, well, we've seen something quite special here this evening. Well, there you go, that is confirmation. 43.28. Well, the future of sprinting in Jamaica and the United States, it looks in safe hands, doesn't it?
But it is a rather good squad, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That is a good time for a senior squad. That's the sort of time that would get you up there challenging for the medals in the equivalent of the World Championships for seniors. Let me just say that again. That is a good enough time to win a medal at the World Championship.
Won gold in Doha in the 100 metres as well, and here she lines up in an unfamiliar scene for her. She's not a massive kind of indoor athlete, is she? But this is a great place for her to start the season.
She doesn't do a lot of indoors, but again, some athletes, they just choose not to. But the mommy rocket, as she calls herself these days, is a phenomenal, incredible athlete, and you know what her start's like, blistering. She'll put everyone under pressure from the get-go, but it'd be nice to see how she gets on, and it's great for the Glasgow crowd to see her.
And Amy Hunt in lane 8 is an athlete with huge potential. She is the fastest ever 17-year-old, well, she was last year before she turned 18, in the world. And that is a title that's held in the men by Usain Bolt. So of course the comparisons are there, and she gauged her season and kind of very well last year. Many people thought she might end up going to Doha. She didn't, and she's qualified to go to Cambridge as a student next year. She's got an incredibly bright future on many fronts, but athletics certainly, Denise.
Very promising youngster, but listen, she's got to learn, she's got to use this experience. She's next to Sally Ann Fraser-Price, and so she have to draw on all these experiences to make her a better athlete. This is just the start for her.
Okay, well, let's see how she does in exalted company, Andrew Cotter.
Yes, what a race we have here. What a rarity to have Shelly Ann Fraser-Price and Muriel Ahure lining up against each other, alongside each other. That's a gift to Glasgow to have Fraser-Price here for her only indoor meeting of the year. So rarely runs indoors, but Amy Hunt goes in lane 8. Again, I think she knows that this is a good test for her, because she said that her 20 to 30 metres, first 20 to 30 metres, the worst part of any race she runs. But anyway, Amma Pippi, the Enfield and Haringey athlete who's been studying in Oklahoma, won over 200 metres in Vienna a fortnight ago, had a good race with Amy Hunt in London over 60 metres last month, a fraction between the two of them. Katarzyna Sokolska of Poland is in lane 2, strong Polish contingent at this meeting. Maja Michalinic of Slovenia made the final of the European Indoors here last year. Good run in Torun in Poland last weekend behind the American Shania Collins. And then the noise that will welcome one of the greatest athletes of all time, twice Olympic champion, 4 times world champion, over 100 metres. Says that Tokyo will be her final Olympics. She's going to double up there over 100 and 200, but she's almost built, designed for 60 metres here. They met in the World Indoors in 2014, where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won her only World Indoor title, beating Ahuri into second place. But Ahuri, World Indoor champion in Birmingham 2 years ago. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, her first indoor race this season. Again, it's just not a well-trodden path from Jamaica to the indoor scene in Europe in the winter, but a strong Jamaican contingent here today. Naomi Sedney of the Netherlands, often a stalwart of the Dutch 4x100 squad, with the likes of Jamila Samuel and Daphne Schippers. And then Amy Hunt, still just 17, enormous potential. European junior title last year. This year's a World Junior Championship year. She's got that to decide on, as well as whether to go to Cambridge or Loughborough. Is it going to be World Junior Championship or Olympics? Again, you have to think perhaps of the long term as well, but she is running world-class times now. 60 metres, not perhaps her strength, though she knows that. It's just a chance here to test her first 20-30 metres against some of the best, and perhaps the very best of all time in women's sprinting. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane 4, Muriel Ahuri in 5. Ahuri has not lost an indoor race over 60 metres since 2014, when she gave second best to the woman alongside her, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The women's 60 metres. Cleanly away, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is outsmarted the ball. Muriel Ahuri is going strongly also, but she can't quite get back there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce takes it. 7:16 for the victory, just ahead of Muriel Ahuri. Natasha Morrison was up there as well for third, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets that victory, a rare victory, a rare defeat rather, for Muriel Ahuri. It's not a rare victory for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She just doesn't race indoors, but when she comes to race indoors over 60 metres, she invariably wins. Ahuri has to give second best again to the great Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and again, if it's to be her only indoor race this season, which she says it is, then it's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, this is always interesting, you know, Andrew, when athletes such as Shelly-Ann comes out to decide to run just a one-off race. I'm always interested to see what kind of condition that they're in, and you can imagine right now she's still in that building phase, so she'd be pretty strong in the weights room, and again, that's been demonstrated because she thundered out the blocks. It's what we expected to see and do, but watch this out of the blocks. Good rhythm, isn't she? Hard, straight into that floor. But as I say, there's those little extra technical elements that come over the 100-metre preparation, which you don't really demonstrate over 60. So for me, this is just fantastic to see her enjoying the indoor running and really showing the crowd of her expertise.
There's the contrast. We know that she's a 60-100 sprinter, really. That's where her strength lies. 200, she's very, very good, but perhaps she just starts to get relatively weak. And when you see Hunt again on the replay, you can't see her here, but she was starting to come back into things a little bit. So some are designed for 60s and 100s, and others for
Okay. She's based in Portland, and she did a great job, so thank you.
Okay, so Shelly,
But of course, I have to big up Shant, that's in Kingston, Waterhouse to be exact. She did my colors, all my colors she did them.
okay, so 1 silver, 1 gold. What's next on your agenda?
The 4x1s, you know, we're really looking forward to it. So we're hoping that the 4 ladies for the heats will have a great run. We're praying that, you know, they carry the stick around, and once they do that and we get to the finals, I'm just praying that we have a good run for that final.
Okay, and can you finish this sentence for me? Sometimes I have to.
I don't know.
Shelly, you tweeted this morning 200 meters is a different discipline?
No, yes, so I actually tweeted in Jamaican. So I said 200 meter is a different kind of running.
Yeah.
Like, it's really different from the 100 where you just get up and you just go. But it's so technical You know, it involves a lot of speed endurance, and you try to run it the best way you can. And I've always said, listen, I just go from the start, and wherever it pops, it pops. You know, and I'm glad that I was able to come away with a silver medal today.
What influenced your choice of color for a race?
It just depends on how I feel in the morning. So I try them on, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this one, or oh, I'm not feeling it. But the brighter, the better.
A friend of mine in Ghana named the daughter after you. Your reaction to that?
Oh wow! Now I feel like Beyonce, because I know a lot of people name their kids after Beyonce and Rihanna. So now I feel like a superstar. So yeah, thank you. Hi, Shelly.
A season's best. How's that feel?
It's good. You know, what more could you ask for? You know, 200 is not my, as I said, not my favorite event, but it has been an event that challenges me, and this is my fourth, fifth. I ran 200s before, and then I did it at my national championship, and I did it today. So I'm grateful that I was able to come away with a season best and a silver medal.
Because of your performance here, everyone is expecting the world record to go down in the relays. We expect the same in Tokyo. It didn't quite happen.
Yeah,
have
exactly.
You guys been practicing differently, or
honestly, that's the only. If I'm being honest, which I always am, we don't do a lot of practice with relays in Jamaica, which I think is it's a downfall for us. I definitely think if we had time to have relay camps, then we'd be better at, you know, the 4x1s. But we have to do what we have to do, and you know, tomorrow when the ladies come out, they've been practicing, so we're just hoping that the 4 ladies can have a good run and carry the stick around. And we just pray to God when the finals come, we'll have a blistering run. If we're gonna have Shericka on the, I'm not telling you what leg she's running. Oh. It's a secret. So,
be patient.
So Shericka is there with that 21.4. Listen, it's over.
We love you. Take care.
So I had them colored in Jamaica by my hairstylist Shans, and then I come here, and then I just find some stylist somewhere to just install them. Sometimes I go on Instagram and I look, and I get someone and they install it for me. Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Do you have any words for your son, for science today?
Yeah, I'm grateful to be able to have him here in the stands. And one day when he's older, and he will look back at these moments and he'll understand how much he gave me strength and courage to just do the best that I can do for him to see that anything is possible once he believes and he works hard.
Hello, brothers and sisters. I really hope you're all doing fine from wherever you're watching me at this time. Now, it is good we talk about the black talents. It is good we support the talents that we have. Now, the only way we can get ourselves better, the only way we are going to get ourselves great, we can do all we do. This is why I took a day off just to talk about the black talents that are putting our countries on the map. Now, it is very good also to remember the legends that have always done it for our countries. Those people that really worked hard to make sure that they win the Olympics and they come out with the medals, with the gold medals. And this has helped our country to be well known and to receive some investments for investors to come. Yes. And I feel like when talking about the Caribbean, Jamaica's always represented the Caribbean well. I might not know the history of other countries well, but the little I know about the Caribbean and the little I know about the talents, the black talents that exist in the Caribbean, I might talk about Jamaica. Now, Jamaica has always been known for reggae. It has been known for dancehall and all this in the music industry. But alongside that, Jamaica has always produced some good athletes. It has produced some good talents in football. It has produced some good people in leadership. Now, when I talk about leadership, you might be asking who else. Now, Kamala Harris has some Jamaican roots, and he almost grabbed that presidential seat in the US. Now, we have had people like Marcus Garvey, who came from Jamaica. He was a British Jamaican. And these are the people who advocated for the rights of black people. Now, the black movements did well because Marcus Garvey had the brains to direct and maybe to lead some black movements to make sure that black people are getting justice and black people are getting brave to know well that they have rights and these rights should be well respected. Now, we've had people like Bob Marley. Bob Marley is an international figure. He's a worldwide respected legend who didn't only put Jamaica on the map, but he also had some good message here. He passed his message through music, and people respect him for that. And people did know Jamaica well because Bob Marley, who is a world figure, did some good thing, and he actually talked a lot about freedom. He actually talked a lot about the independence of the African countries. He talked about the oppression of black people through his music. This is the art he used to pass his message. Now, apart from that, we've had people like Usain Bolt. Yeah, I know many of you who are watching this video and many who are not going to watch this video have at one point interacted with the name Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, who is known to be having the lightning speed that did put Jamaica on the map. Now, Usain Bolt did well for Jamaica and did well to represent the black people. He only showed the capabilities that black man has, and he showed that the black man is not limited to doing things, that they can go to the extreme to perform well. Now, I'm talking about these black talents because these are the people who have actually made our countries proud. And these are the people who have worked out the whole of their lives to make sure that our countries are well respected and our countries are well represented during the Olympics, Commonwealth Games, and all these international events. Now, growing up, you must have interacted with so many names like Muhammad Ali. You know about great musicians. You know about Michael Jackson and all those people who have done good. And not forgetting the likes of Malcolm X, not forgetting the likes of Martin Luther King. Now, Martin Luther King spearheaded the movements that were fighting for the rights of black people. Now, the black oppression did not start right now. This started some years ago, and there was no one to talk about. The plight of black people. There was no one to talk about how social injustices were being actually like how black people were being done unjust things, like black people were being oppressed, police brutality here and there. So the social injustices that were being committed against black people, there was no one to talk about it because people were very much afraid that the government will come after them, the government machineries will kill them and eliminate them in a way. But we had some good names like Malcolm X. Now, Malcolm X talked about the unity of black people. He actually said that you are not going to get your freedom or the justice that you deserve just by sitting down and writing on books or writing papers or just by sitting down and crying. He said that it is time the black people to wake up and talk about the oppression that they face. Now, Martin Luther King, who was killed the same way they killed Malcolm X, came out and said, you know what, we are not going to sit down and see you oppress us. We are not going to see you intimidate us, and we're not going just to sit down and watch how much you violate our rights. He came out, he formed a group, and this group went ahead advocating for the rights of black people, advocating for the rights of black workers who are being intimidated at workplaces, who are being oppressed, and who were actually being killed by the police. Now, these are the great people we talk about. These are the great leaders we talk about when we talk about the great people of the great black people who have represented us well. Now, it is also time we talk about the young talents we have right now. we've had some good talents in the black race. And I always say that a black man is not limited to anything. These people, we can do actually extremely well when even when we are not favored by the odds. We've done it, and we keep on doing it. We keep on telling the systems that we are able. And it is good also to see how Black Americans have survived, because it is our whole story to be told, how they have survived all this oppression all this time. And this is why I usually say, and I keep on repeating, that we need a renaissance as Black people. We need to support our young talents like Tia Clayton in Jamaica. We need to support Alana Reid, Shericka Jackson, and all these people. These are the people who actually represent us well, and these are the people who have actually put our countries on the map. You came to Africa and you watch the Nigerian soccer team, Ghanaian soccer team, Cameroon, and all these other countries in Africa, and you see the whole pride of Africa. This is the time we should acknowledge that Africa needs some good leadership. The leadership that is going to support talents, the leadership that is going to mentor some good and very upright and wisdomized minds. The minds that have a lot of wisdom. And this is the time we should actually support one of our own. I'm always sad to see Black people who should be representing the African continent, representing white countries, representing the Western countries, happily wearing the jersey of the colonial masters and representing the colonial masters, while they are being called some big names like monkeys and all that other stuff. So it is time we should wake up and support one of our own, and make sure that our talents in Africa remain in Africa, the talents in the Caribbean remain in the Caribbean. Thank you so much for having taken a lot of time to watch this video. I appreciate so much, brothers and sisters. If it's your first time on this channel, please consider subscribing, sharing, commenting, and liking this video. Adios.